everyone. Today is going to be a little quick build. I got that 5 Star Wars old kits in. Most of them are going to get built, and I'll probably sell them once I build them. And I already have a Bandai ATST that's in the 1/48 scale, I believe, which I was thinking about using with my 153 AT-AT, but then I found this deal, and so I got a nice old MPC Return of the Jedi ATST, and it's a hair smaller than the Bandai, believe it or not, especially the head. You put it up to the Bandai's and it's quite smaller, so I think it'll fit more in the scale. I don't know what they're considering the scale on this, because back in the day they didn't really mark what they scale things were. But this should be a quick build, because we're not going to put any lights in there. As you see, these window armor plates are down, so if this was something I really was going to have stand alone, or if I didn't own the Bandai one already, I probably would cut those out. But I'm not really going to worry about it. You can also see there's a mold. Oh, that's where that is. So that made a little indent there. So we might have to do something there, but I might not even worry about that and make it some type of blast mark. Because I want these the AT-AT and this guy to be on I want to build a big diorama, like a jungle scene and maybe a mountain here that the rebels are hiding in, and they found them. So this guy's really just going to be kind of hanging out in the background or foreground, whatever. He's just going to really be hanging out. So I really don't need any lights, because there's really no real lights that you can see except for in here. Even the Bandai one I actually lit up, because it does have a nice cockpit interior. And I have the hatch open so you can kind of see down in there. But, at least you get a little light through here and you can kind of see down in there. But this one, there's no areas you could see any light. It's all closed up. And this was able to open. It had a hinge here. But with this hinging system they had, when you close it, you can still see a huge gap back here. And I thought about maybe filing the little hook part here to try to get it to fit better, and I'm like, you know what, I'm never gonna have that open to really see, and you can't see anything anyway except for the back half here. So I just cut those ends off and just glued it on there. So this should be a really quick, just throw together build and get them painted up. And once I get into the paint, we're gonna try to make it look as Star Warsy and authentic as it can. But if I put it up to the Bandai, you'll see all kinds of flaws in its making as far as detail. But it's going to be good enough for this diorama. That even though the AT-AT, I'm spending a lot of time making him look authentic, but this guy's not the centerpiece. He's just kind of there. So let's just throw this guy together. So like I said, that was the first step, but I just glued it in. And then it looks like the next step, we should be able to breathe right through. It's going to be these pieces here, because we don't have to do any light blocking. Find out where we're putting wires and drill holes and all that stuff we don't have to worry about. So this should really go quick. We're still going to clean parts up nicely. And that actually cleaned up pretty good off the sprue. But we'll look for burrs, because I don't, the exterior is the main thing. It's too small to make anything accurate. Like, at least I can actually make accurate, because it's large enough. Like I just made those pieces there that are actually going to be for the legs, since they didn't have those there. And then the rectangle-y things that go here I got to detail them so they're more accurate. But this at least I have enough. It's a big enough size that I can actually add on the missing detail, and it not being a real pain. Here we're just gonna kind of clean her up, not go crazy. We'll get it put together, glued up, and then we'll hit it with some black, and then we'll hit it with a gray, and then start doing some weathering. That's where the fun's gonna come in. So they're saying here, they have it upside down. So that goes like that. We'll do a dry fit first. Is there a burr there? Make sure that's correct. Well, it doesn't even want to fit in their holes they have made. I might have this wrong. No. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to go that way. That's awesome. There it goes. Oh, but you know what? This is probably a snap kit, too. Yeah, that's why. So this is an actual snap kit, so that's why those are tight. But we're going to glue. We're going to glue her in. So then you go here. Snap in. I got some flashing there, which is to be expected on a kit like this. From way back, I think this one's from '83. But this thing can look a little crusty, and it's going through war, so we're not going to go crazy. Only if it attacks fit issues do I want to really. But yeah, I find it's good to clean them up, and I should have checked the back on that because that one's sitting up a little bit. But the good thing about this Tamiya glue is if it's small enough of a little imperfection, it'll melt it, and that's what it's doing. But yeah, that's what I found with those Bondi, especially the Star Blazer stuff, is to clean everything up, and everything fits so much nicer. The only real spot I'm having an issue is here where this back end plugs in, and I haven't fully addressed it yet. It looks like I gotta file a little bit where that piece overlaps, and I think that'll allow this to push up a little better. And this bottom's sitting a little funky, but that's just gonna have to be. It's not a gap, it's just sitting down low. I'll check it out more when I pull it off. But this we do want to have come off, because that's where I'm gonna have the battery pack. So it could be something as simple as this edge, or something on this edge. Like here, I already filed that because this part was sticking up like that. And once I just filed that clean to make sure that was clean, it allowed that to snap down a lot better. But right now I gotta be careful pushing. There it goes. And it's probably just getting it to connect in those two spots, because this guy's just sitting on there, and I got tiny little guns everywhere, because this is the final battle version. We got all those there and all these around here, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the ATST. So, and I wasn't even really going to do a video on this, but I figured it would be just kind of cool. And here's this gun. Here's the main gun. Now that is going to want to sit here somehow. These snap kits. we got a sprue. We got a point here to clean off. That's not a good one to leave on. I didn't take this part off. This was already fell off the sprue. It's crazy because this guy had these and they were still sealed up. Now you go in there. It's going to be fun because it's... There it goes. Like, I'm not... You can see, like, the notches where that goes, but no one's going to look up in there, so I'm not even worried about it. But we'll glue it just so nothing wants to fall apart. But they're snapping in pretty good. There we go. Gun. Then we're going to put the head down. And then the side guns. Now, I'm not sure if you have to put... No, they should snap in. So let's see how clean... We should probably get some sandpaper and clean this edge. Just slightly. Any burrs on this? A lot of this will be easier to do now than it will be once it's together. So it's not 100% just throw together. And then you're gonna go something like that. We'll see how well this goes together. I am not thinking so. Yep. There's the back, but I'm not hearing the click on the top, on the nose part. There it goes. Not the best of seaming, so we will be puttying some seams up. That's for sure. It's almost like, do I pull it apart and see if I can cut some of that prong off? Well, our back half looks good. Might have to clamp that for a little bit. Okay, we'll be puttying some stuff there. Most definitely. Get two of my little clamps. If I can get it on something. There we go. Nope. Are you kidding me? I'm not even using the feet. I'm just kind of... Sometimes you can turn these feet so they don't act like a skateboard. Get them to grab something, but now I got another clamp in the way and it's really not working. Alright, we got something going there. It's going to be filing and puttying in that area. It wasn't very well casted in the first place. Here's like a big opening, yet it's touching on both sides, so we'll be a little bit of perfect plastic putty, because we do want it to look like something, but like I said, I didn't want to go crazy on this thing. Alright, hopefully we don't have to do too much more work on that. Let's work on the legs and we'll let the guns set off while that sets up. The back went on tight, but that front one, I wonder if that post here was too long. So then it's going up and it's snapping, but it's hitting and it's not allowing it to go up. And that's usually a common thing that happens too. So we'll hold off on the guns. And now it's saying legs and feet. Now the feet look huge. The feet look bigger than the feet from the Bondi. The feet, you know, I didn't get it right up to it to see exactly, but the feet look a little bigger on this than the Bondi's does, but the head is definitely smaller on this kit than the Bondi's. And it's the only place I'm seeing sprue. And one thing I got is this plastic's kind of soft, so it cleans up very well, really well. There's just a weird mold thing. Alright, that's good enough. Now, like I said, most of it you can pretty much just put, you know, snap together. It's snapping together pretty decent. There's a sprue point there. These feet I didn't unclip. These were free as well. There was quite a few pieces, as you can see, that came free. And I can go through and sand up other areas because most of it's fairly easy to get to. But to keep this nice and tight, we're gonna hit it with a little glue. And there's one leg. Like I said, why we can hit things when they're a little easier to hit. Sweet, good enough. So if that one's that way. Alright. So one's quite different in shape. Oh. And I wonder if it's supposed to be like that. Yeah. I'm guessing so. Yeah, one's like a step back foot and this one's probably the forward foot. They're gonna have him posed already, so you can't really pose him. He's already in a situation. But that's okay. It's just weird that it doesn't want to go down any further, but that's good enough. That one's... And those legs don't look horrible. But it's saying this one gets part 2, and then or I'm going to say 21. Now you're saying you go here. That one goes through, but this should be the snap part. And hopefully it goes tight. Not too bad. Give it a good press. Like, I'm not going to get all crazy that these two circular areas are not perfectly matched. Yeah, that was worth doing. Didn't take much effort. Now, how's this guy go? Like that and that. See, I'm doing everything out of sequence. This really, they're saying, should have went on first. Now, will you snap in? There you go. And that guy should be pretty good because it slid under this one and snapped in there really good. Alright, that's one leg. And like I said, that must be the back or the forward leg, and that's the back leg. So that's that one. Let's move on to this one. And maybe we'll try this in the right order. Because I do see why they did that, but it was easy to get underneath it anyway. So. You're the finished one. You're the unfinished one. Snap. There we go. That tightened it up. And there we go. That was all to the legs. That was simple. Some of this I'm wondering if these aren't too long, you know. They kind of sometimes screw up there. Another thing I find is sometimes helps these snap kits go together is a little glue on the pegs. So then it kind of lubricates them at first until it. See, that one just. There it goes. Now here's a good time to. Kind of get all that even. What's that? How's it latch in? That's how I'm wondering. See, I think that just slides in like a channel. And what do? Press that up? Yep. There it goes. So now we got to try to get all this tight. Oh yeah, see the legs are already in a position. We'll get something there, but that's all going to be underneath. So I'm not overly worried about that. But that did it. It worked anyway. Okay. Things are moving pretty good. Now these guys, which we should make sure we cleaned up. They're metal armor plating, so it should be pretty squarish. They were only attached at one point, so that's right there. Now how do these work? They're saying like that. And I honestly don't know how. Because I see I can't be right. Yeah, that's the way they have it. But we might have to trim something here. That's sitting like that. Yeah, and that goes on the outside. So this is this side. There it goes. Like at first I saw a flaw that there's a piece of plastic from this in that hole, so I think that was causing that not to want to push up all the way. There it goes. That one's snapping good. That one's being a little difficult. And just because I don't trust those snap points, we're definitely gluing you on. Back, I'm not sure. The sides, if you can, I think you can kind of see them a little bit from the sides. This thing is like a little squishy, like rubber, that so the head can move and turn. That's what it's supposed to be. That was it. The only thing we didn't glue on was the guns. So this is a really fast kit. Yeah, like that side was really bad. It was a little. I can probably. Like I said, I don't mind a little bit of imperfections in this. We can make blast marks. Like I said, this is going to be in a battle. So that's the nice thing about Star Wars stuff is you can just abuse it and not really worry about it. So you can get these round parts a little more. So that's what shows that it's a model. Here we go. Okay. Guess we could pop the legs in. This is a really bad screw right there. My AC is about to kick on, so I'm sorry if it gets a little hard to hear. It was getting hot. That's better. Like I said, this softer plastic cleans up really nice. Alright, so what leg's what? This is you. So not only you gotta get it in the hole, you gotta, there it goes. There's a peg. There's a little square notch that goes into that square notch. Being big time difficult. Wow. Because there's a lot of boogerness right there. A lot of flashing and stuff. The problem is it's hard to see you. Really? Really now? Almost there. Let's rub my hand. Let's see if we do this. There it goes. there he is. He's going to be kind of walking. Got a little twist in his leg there. Maybe I can. Yeah, that fixed it. Not bad for an older kit. Props to MPC, they didn't do too bad. And that all sealed up really nice. I could probably fix that round parts there. And we'll definitely go through and make these look a little better. But that's stuff I can do off camera on, just before paint. And then we'll look, see where we got to do a little bit of puttying. I think there's really, this here would probably be the areas I'd want to do it. But then again, that probably, if I have a picture of them. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a seam going up like that. That's supposed to be one solid plate. I guess we can put these guns on. Let's see. Yeah, if I remember correctly, this guy is on this side. Get some flashing here. Is it flashing? It's like a big nub. And yeah, it's not supposed to be there. It should be a square piece of armor plating there. It's amazing what a little bit of sandpaper really make things look better. Yeah, that's the way that goes, right? Yeah. We gotta clean up the seam line, and that looks like a sprue right there. Cleaned up really quick and nice. So let's press something in really hard when the part is really flimsy. Wow. Like, really? Alright. Note to self. Yeah, definitely make sure you put that on before you close the top. I still want to be able to, kind of turn that. So I'm going to leave that like that. That's definitely not hugely accurate. Let's see what the picture for the movie looks like. Oh, I guess not. That's not. If you're looking at that guy like that, I mean, they look like they're a little further out than they should be. It's not bad. It's getting the idea. Now, Rocket Man. I guess it's what this thing is. It always looked like a rocket launcher to me, or some type of missile. Definitely wanted to try to open my glue job on the rest of the model. It's like, do I leave that one loose? This one at least fits in there a little more snug. Some kind of that one I think we're gonna put you together. light, our guns are on. Now we pop her head in there, if we can. Everything else has been fitting really, almost overly tight. There we go. And that's going to work perfect. Our little chicken walker. Yeah, not bad. You know, I do have to say it wasn't really bad for the time period of when she was made. The instructions say that it's Lucasfilm 84, so that's probably about correct, because I'm sure they released this kit when Return of the Jedi came out. There's a little bit of a seam there. Mold seam. I can hit all that lightly with sandpaper, because this kit's been cleaning up pretty easily. But like I said, that I'll have to kind of go over this again, because just me putting those guns in added some craziness here. I can hit even around that gun. I don't want to mess with it. She's not completely glued in there yet. And this one I'll leave free in case I want to have somebody down here and have it shoot, or and in this whatever that's going on there, I might hit that with some putty. I mean, I can definitely make a blast hit there. Probably so. A big bing and a smack there. But that's it. There she is. It's not terrible. I mean, definitely could be more detail here. Like, I think there was might even have been a grillish kind of detail right back here. Go through and clean up all these little weird seams. Now it's together. Go through and blend everything in. But since it's tight, I'm not really overly worried about. The putty, and I think I can just sand a lot of them. This here probably definitely. Just sand all that nice and level, because it's more of a, I don't know, skew than it is a seam. Heck, not too bad. You know? Definitely not the most accurate thing, but still, it gets the idea across. You see that, you know that's a chicken walker. I'll have to get my Bondi out and see what's going on here. If that takes a grill, I might even have a photo etch grill that I can put across there. Our old TIE Fighter, my big casted resin TIE Fighter, I have a lot of the mesh for which was actually made of cool shades on the actual TIE Fighters. But I have a lot of that got cut off. And I kept it all because it makes perfect grills for like other things, and I might be able to glue that there and give it more of a grill thing instead of this whatever they got going on there. But like I said, she's not the main center point of the whole thing. The whole thing's going to be the at. And I think it's not horrible out of scale between the two. I don't think it's that bad. Get that in camera. I mean, this guy's definitely... he should be a little smaller because I think he's going to sit probably about like that. But it'll get the idea across. Really, he should be like probably that much bigger. Well, here's the thing. The chicken walker you saw on Empire that you do see with these guys was definitely a smaller version. When they made him up, he was just a quick little thing we wanted to add on there. He's not even the same chicken walker that you see on Return of the Jedi. He was a little different. A little smaller and a little bit of difference to him. But then George liked that and wanted to have it as more of a main thing. And Jedi, so they kind of revamped the design to make him more robust, and because he was only just in that one little scene where you kind of see him, here was a walker, you kind of see him walk past here. So, hey, and this guy's coming along really good. But there it is. I just wanted to show a quick little build of this guy. He is more part of this main feature. So that's why I wasn't so worried about him being not 100% accurate. Because neither is him, and that's why we've been doing so much work on him to get him more accurate. That adding those pieces made the big difference because his head was getting skinnier and it's supposed to get a little wider. This panel's supposed to be bigger than those detail things there. And definitely adding the armored plating back here, because they only had these two, and I wish these were not molded into that back piece. I wish these snapped in like the Bondi's did, because they should actually stick out a little more. But hey, it is what it is. Well, hello everyone and welcome back. I just wanted to give another short update. I started doing a little bit of scratch building to get him looking a little more accurate. And it also covered, one thing I did is these side panels to make this panel look a little larger. It was very finely molded, and if you can see off the Bandai, it's actually supposed to be quite more defined plate, just like the AT-AT is too. It's much more of a defined plate. I gotta build a new base for this one, but yeah, that plate is way more defined than what they had on there. So just going off of this, I was like, I could just put a piece of styrene right on there just like I did to the AT-AT, and that's what I did. Put a piece of tape down, trace the panel that they already had, and then transfer that over to some styrene, and then glued her on there, and then puttied this seam up here so that looks like one piece that's going over top, just like on the AT-AT. Filled in this leg. It was all hollow in there, kind of like this one is too, but you can't really get to it, and since these are molded in together, I guess before I put it together I could have probably got in there, but that's alright. You can't see that. But this one you could. If you got down low and looked from the front, you could see all that open spot. So I just filled it quick, nothing special. And then I was looking and saw that there's that railing on the top of his head. So I just took some tube styrene and made that same railing detail that is on this guy. And I put that on his top. And I'm just, trying to make it as close as possible, but I'm, going on the notion that this is, a different ATST than what you see normally on the actual movies. That's kind of what you got to do with these kits like this that are so inaccurate. But it's not terribly bad. There's more scaling issues, I think, than anything. But that works to my advantage with this going to be next to that. And in here you can see there's a peg that squishes these together. You can see where it left an imprint on this side because there's an actual peg where the two halves went together. So I'm going to make that a blast hit. I could just putty it and make it smooth, but I think that's a good area for a good smack in there. I'm just going to take a Dremel with one of the, I'll grab one of these jeweler's bits and go in there and chunk it up a little bit and make it look like a blast hit there. Someone launched like a rocket launcher at it or something, or in the Star Wars world, whatever that would be, but something big hit there, boom, some type of artillery besides a regular blaster. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I mean, I could easily just putty it over lightly with some perfect plastic putty. I'm not sure. It'd be nice to have a big hit there. So I think I'm going to chunk that up a little bit. Let's mess with it now. Why not? No better time than now. We'll go lightly. I don't need nothing big. I wonder if I should start with a bigger one and then move down to the smaller one. I should keep this yeah, we can do the bigger one because I think it'll become more defined quicker. But we'll just kind of getting different angles too. I think that's all we need to do. I want to make it look like it penetrated the thing. But I think that'll, and any remnants of that molding issue will kind of pull into the dent, like when that thing smacked into it. So and then what I'll do is I'll probably hit that with a German gray and then blacken just the center and maybe even a light aluminum. I have an aluminum here, and you just lightly then brush, just like a dry brush, so you can see a little bit of a metal section of it too. But that should do it. That makes me commit to doing the damage. I got to do the damage on the refit too. But I just wanted to show you a quick update. I did drill in with my pin vise and made little holes for the guns. Same thing with this thing here. Not hauling them out, just you make enough of an indent, and then when you do wash and stuff, and you can put black in there, and then it makes them look like they're deeper than they are. At least they don't look like smooth plastic rods sticking out. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do to it. I did some greeblies in the back to kind of give it that grill look. But like I said, I'm going to say this is a different version. So I didn't worry about making those exact. It's just to give the idea that it's in the family of this guy, which is the screen used style. But like I said, there is that early chicken walker, the very first ATST and Empire, that was a lot smaller and a little different shape. And I think you can get them. I think there is an actual molding. I can see a little bit of something going on there. I think there's an actual molding of that. You can get a resin kit of that original one. I want to say Merlin Models, but I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Just wanted to do a quick update on some few more add-ons to this to make it more realistic. So, well, until next time, thanks for watching.